Here's what you need to know. Here's my opinion about Elon Musk. 3 things. Number 1, is Twitter a public forum for the world? Alrighty, guys. So you guys have already heard that Tesla's Elon Musk has offered to buy Twitter for $42 billion and says that they're going to go private. Now, you guys have all heard of this on the news so far, but guess what, guys? I'm a little late to the party. I've heard about it, but I haven't had to talk about it. So here's a short article that discusses it, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on all of this. Not that it matters, but you know what? Maybe I could add a little bit to the fray. Maybe my color commentary might actually help elucidate what's going on here. Of course, in many cases, I could probably just be wrong. But regardless, Elon, go on with your bad self. Go on with your bad self. Elon Musk offers to purchase Twitter, and Musk believes free speech is a societal imperative. Ooh, okay. I see what you're doing here, guys. A societal imperative. I can dig that. During the first week of April, Bitcoin.com news reported Tesla's Elon Musk is acquiring a stake in Twitter at the same time, and analysts said it could lead to a buyout. Following the acquisition of the 9.2% stake in Twitter Incorporated, Musk promised he would push for significant improvements on the social media platform. The billionaire also pondered integrating Dogecoin payments into Twitter. What's up? Dogecoin payments into Twitter so it could be a payment option for the Twitter Blue service subscription. Now, over 10 days later, Musk is offering to purchase Twitter for $41.4 billion in a recently filed SEC filing published on Thursday. The letter is directed to Brett Taylor, Twitter's chairman of the board, and Musk stressed that he believes that he can unlock the social media platform's potential. Quote, I invested in Twitter as I believe in its potential to be a platform for free speech around the globe, and I believe free speech is a societal imperative for a functioning democracy, Musk said in his letter. However, since making my investment, I now realize that the company will neither thrive nor serve this societal imperative in its current form. Oof. You know what that sounds like, guys? That sounds like fighting words, Elon Musk. That sounds like you are disagreeing with the overall trajectory of the way that Twitter is handling censorship and free speech today. Now, many of you guys who have been with me for a long time, you guys well know that I have been censored so many times in so many different places that it's actually hard to keep track of. And I've been shadow banned on Twitter multiple times. How do I know this? Guys, if you follow my Twitter, then you know that I'm tweeting multiple times a day. I'm on that thing, man. I know the patterns. I know when I say something and I tweet something and nobody gets it. Trust me, I know. And so there is a problem, and I can tell you, guys, if you don't know about my history in censorship, go below. There'll be a link below that talks about how I overcame censorship and having YouTube delete thousands of my videos, right? And Twitter and all that stuff. So it's a real thing. It's a real problem, right? And so the question you have to ask yourself, and the question you really have to ask yourself, is Twitter the best mechanism for the public square? Now, Twitter has evolved into being the public square for people and for people to chat, but I'm going to wait till the end of the video to give you my real scoop. Let's finish this up, guys. The Tesla executive continued, Twitter needs to be transformed into a private company, and as a result, I am offering to buy 100% of Twitter for $54.20 $54 per share in cash, a 54% premium over the day before I began investing in Twitter, and now 38% premium over the day before my investment was publicly announced. My offer is the best and final offer, and if it is not accepted, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder. Twitter has extraordinary potential. I will unlock it, says Musk. Sounds again like fighting words, guys. But Musk's offer to buy Twitter is, quote, his best and final offer. In addition to the letter, Musk left a voice text about the possibility of purchasing Twitter to the company as well. He said that he spent several days thinking about it, and he would decide that, quote, he wants to acquire the company and take it private. Musk also asked if Brett Taylor was available to chat and said that the offer was his best and final. I'm not playing the back and forth game, Musk added. I have moved straight to the end. It's a high price, and your shareholders will love it. If the deal doesn't work, given that I don't have confidence in management, nor do I believe that I can drive the necessary change in the public market, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder. This is not a threat. It is simply a good investment without the changes that need to be made, and those changes won't happen without taking the company private. My advisors and my team are available after. You get the letter to answer any questions. Now, of course, there were a lot of people that did not like this. Let's just say a political party that starts with D, and they didn't like the offer at all, and some of them even called the offer a threat. The left-leaning Greg Sargent said, quote, now that Musk is threatening to take over Twitter, I don't forget that he relied on government to get his dreams off the ground, but then sank it into the worst sort of anti-government demagoguery when Democrats, didn't want to tax billionaires and help millions of others. The Democrat Lindsey Aboyan remarked, quote, it alarms me how few people know that Elon Musk is funded by the same government, and he belittles and undermines. So, if everybody knows that Elon Musk pretty much rides on the backs of taxpayers, why is anybody, why are just one political party upset? Now, you guys know I don't talk politics. I don't care, so I won't go into that. I just said it because it's on the notes here. But here's my TLDR. Here's what you need to know. Here's my opinion about Elon Musk. 3 things. Number 1, is Twitter a public forum for the world? What does it have? 300 million users? Something like that? Guys, Twitter is not a public forum. Let that sink in. Ain't nobody on Twitter. Okay. Okay, you say, oh, well, you got tens of thousands of followers on Twitter. What you talking about? Nobody's on Twitter, guys. Nobody's on Twitter. If you think about it, like the top most active accounts on Twitter out of the 300 million is like 12%. So let's just say out of the 300 million, you only have like 25 million people that are like super active. And out of those 25 million, I'm not going to get this data right, but out of that 25 million in America, it's only like a couple 100,000. Don't be deceived. Like, Twitter is not the public square for the world. We got, 7 billion people in this world, and there's 25 million people that are active on Twitter? Like, if you getting your news from Twitter, my friends, it's kind of like getting your news from one of those other terrible news organizations. Okay, so first and foremost, I do not believe that Twitter is a public square for the world. Now, you might say, well, Peter, what's a better one? Well, is it Facebook? Clearly not, even though Facebook has like 1 billion people on it. Facebook's not the square. Twitter's not a representative of the entire world. It's a small cross section of radicals. And you say, Peter, radicals? What are you talking about? 25 million active users, something? It's somewhere around there. 25. I'm one of those radicals, guys. I'm on Twitter every day. I'm tweeting all the time. But let's be honest. I'm tweeting to a small subset group of a small subset group of a small subset market of people that just want to hear what I'm talking about, which is either Agile, Scrum, startups, venture capital, crypto, life, racing. Like, if you like that stuff, then that's what Twitter's for, right? It's very focus fire. But some people look at Twitter and they over exaggerate the expanse of it. It's not that large. It's very, very, very small. So number one, Twitter is, in my opinion, Twitter's not a public square. Frankly, any censorship, I get salty when people censor my shit. I get it. But no one's listening to you. what do I got? Like 80,000 followers or something like that on Twitter. Like, no, like out of those people, how many of those actually engage with me? Like 40 people? Maybe, a couple hundred? Gosh, we're over exaggerating this idea. Twitter is not a public square. Number 2, is Twitter a problem with the censorship? Of course it is. Of course it's a problem. So would it be better? Here's my second point. Would it be better for Elon Musk to buy? Absolutely. Bro, come on, man. I'm sounding like Joe Biden. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, he would change it inside out. He would change it inside out if he took it over, man. He would make it right. I think he said something to the effect of, if there's something, I'm going to mess this up, but he said something to the effect of like, free speech is like the ability to be offended, and it's okay to be offended. You just have to live with it. And what Twitter has done is they want to make sure that nobody's offended ever, so that nothing actually ever gets said. And so would Elon Musk buying Twitter be a great idea? Absolutely. Go on with your bad self, bro. Do it. Crush it. Actually, it'd be amazing if you bought it and then you destroyed it. I wouldn't feel bad. You say, "Oh, Peter, you've been on Twitter." Let me look here. When have I been on Twitter since? Let's look at this, guys. Joined April 2008, so over a decade I've been on that thing, giving them free data. Dadgummit, guys. Would I be salty? Nah. If he took Twitter and he like deleted it, I'd be like, hell yeah, find me another opportunity, because I like building with new products. So number 3, is this a big deal? No, none of this is a big deal. You know why? Because he's buying it for like $54. If you just hold on, stock shareholders, it's going to go back up. Actually, there's a really good chance it'll go back up. You know what? I just lied to you guys. I just lied to you. Because the reality is that I think the stock, somebody please check me on this. I think the stock right now is exactly the place it was in like 2012 or 2013 or 2014, something like that. I have kind of a good memory sometimes. Someone spot check me. I think the Twitter price today is basically the exact same as it was like in 2012. Which means that Twitter actually hasn't provided any shareholder value in over a decade. So maybe my point number 2 is actually well grounded. Twitter has not provided any shareholder value to its users and to its shareholders, no, just to shareholders, for over a decade. So you know what that means, guys? Maybe number 2, which is Elon Musk taking it over and completely gutting it, is exactly what needs to happen. Ooh, I like the sound of that, guys. You know why? Because you guys know I love shaking things up. I love doing things differently. Take the risk, baby. Let's go. So, now that I've given you my color commentary for far too long, let me know your comments. What do you say? Should Elon Musk buy? They've done that poison pill thing or whatever. Should he buy it up? Should he gut it? Should he tear it down? Subscribe. Smash the like button, please. Hit the bell notification. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great one.